So to start us off today, to give us our welcoming remarks, we have with us our founder and director of NoBox Philippines, Miss Maria Inez Feria. So, Miss Inez.
Thank you, Rod. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. So I want to officially welcome you to the first ever Philippine Harm Reduction Summit. And first of all, on behalf of our partners, I want to say thank you to all of you who are here, and a special thank you to all the our resource persons and everybody who came together to make this possible. As we've always learned, it things become really possible if we all come together and work together. So we wanted to present to you here in the summit the breadth, depth, the scope when we speak of the harm reduction framework. In the Philippines today, we are we have this window of opportunity, a golden opportunity where you're seeing people, organizations, the government coming together to 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 try to understand and create responses that really promote health, safety, and well-being. So we so for many of you who have enjoyed the workshops that NoBox has conducted, our Just Say No, KNOW. So it's like a drugs 101, harm reduction 101. So I think you will super enjoy this even more. And you will understand all the different programs and services that we were talking about. So I just wanted to say that this summit was inspired by um, the shifts that we've seen in the work that we've done. So when I say shifts, we'll see people who understand that there's more that we can do to help people who might be in need. Among community members themselves, we've seen how in understanding each other, connecting with each other, they learn that it's not necessarily about changing from point A to point B, but it's about how do we express support? How do we give support to each other? How do we make people feel supported? And I think this one happened when we started unpacking what drugs is all about. And we talk about the range of realities when it comes to the drug use experience. Because the moment that happens, we realize that we kind of take the drugs thing and kind of set it aside on the shelf, because then we get a clearer view of what's really going on in any situation. Um, so as we continued this work and people started showing this support for each other, we realized as well how powerful coming together and collaborative actions are. Um, how important human connection is. And as we come together, we also realize that people are coming in from different perspectives. We come into situations rich with our own experiences, with our own training, um, life experiences, coming from different disciplines. And we realize that drugs is really a shared human experience. It touches all of us in one way or the other. And I want to encourage you also, as we come together, we're all coming here together, rich with all these experiences and training and everything. But I also invite you to come in with the humility, knowing that there's just so much more to learn from each other. So I encourage you to connect with each other. You came here, you will see friends and colleagues you know. Please leave the summit on Friday knowing even more friends and more colleagues and connecting with each other. The platform is so user friendly. So please take advantage of that. Um, and also, we also realized in that sense that how each one of us has a role, and it's the coming together, it's our coming together as a community, as a society, recognizing our roles and how we build on each other's strengths and resources that will be able to really move forward and take advantage and maximize this opportunity that we have. And as we continue to do this, as we continue to have conversations, as we continue to connect with each other, we realize that the context will also start shifting because we need to create the kind of spaces. We need to create the context in which people feel valued, no exceptions. Respect the voices and experiences of people, and also knowing that we've talked about this, there are many happy stories. Stories of people who have rediscovered themselves and realized that they are not defined by drugs, not because it's about use or not use, but because that's just something that's part of their lives. Maybe it doesn't define them, it doesn't define anyone. So I think one of the things that we want to do here is to be able to create spaces even after the summit for these stories to come out. So then we get to see the spectrum and the range of realities when it comes to drug use experience, get to know the people. And then by doing that, we 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 reject that single story. I have this favorite author, Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, and she talks about the danger of the single story, where she said, tell the same story over and over again, and that's what they become. And it's the best way to dispossess people. So I invite you to reject that single story. Set for the moment, at least for the 4 days. I know we're here talking about drugs, but also set it aside a bit so that we see what's really going on. We get to really meet the people for who they are. And so I just want to say welcome, enjoy, and let us create these spaces where we can connect as human beings. You know, they talk about drugs as a complex issue. Yeah, a lot of intersectionalities, but it doesn't have to be complicated. It really starts so simply. It starts with simply being human. Because it's never been about the drugs. It's always been about people. So welcome everyone and enjoy. Thank you.